CPAC conference is kicking off today, and headliners include some GOP presidential hopefuls.
Former President Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley are both attending, but a number of GOP stars are skipping out. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former Vice President Mike Pence will not be there this year.
CBS News reporter Sarah Ewall-Wice joins us from Washington with more on this. So, Sarah, why are some potential 2024 candidates like Ron DeSantis, a name we speak about, I think, the most, not attending CPAC this year?
You know, this really used to be the biggest catcall for Republican candidates. It was really who's who of the party.
Right.
But of course, you mentioned those two potential presidential hopefuls are not attending. Keep in mind, neither of them have officially announced bids for the White House, but political operatives and many voters are keeping a close eye on them should they launch their bids. But really, they're out and about meeting with people across the country. So they don't really need to head to this event, which has really become very focused heavily on President Trump. So we know that DeSantis, for one, is going out on this book tour, which he launched this week. He also is attending several events. Mike Pence also is out on the road. He has multiple events this week. I think one thing that's really interesting to keep in mind as we move into this next presidential cycle and these different types of candidates could weigh getting in the race is there could be a break in the Republican Party. Everyone's not coalescing behind President Trump, at least not yet, as we're in this primary process. And one group to keep in mind when we focus on this is the conservative organization Club for Growth, which are holding their own event during CPAC, which will be down in Florida. And that is one group, based on some of the results from the midterms and other factors, has really said maybe it's time to move past President Trump for the Republican Party. So other folks are heading to those types of events, getting out and meeting with voters on their own. This doesn't have the same weight it may have had in past years, at least for now.
Sarah, I want to follow up on something you said, that in years past, CPAC had really supported candidate Trump, or the former president. He has used it effectively to get his message out there to conservatives, at least of a certain stripe, for years. Might this be different now with 2024 and some of the factors that you started to talk about?
You know, as of right now, he is the big headliner for this event. He is the one people are keeping a close eye on. But it'll be interesting to see what he specifically says at this event. We know in a lot of his speeches, President Trump likes to air some grievances. He likes to go on the attack. But we're going into a primary season where there could be a crowded field. It'll be interesting to see who specifically he goes after in this speech within the Republican Party, because we know he does not hold his punches when it comes to going after people. And, you know, one person who has been living rent-free in his mind right now has been Governor DeSantis as he launched that book tour. President Trump has attacked him in posts on Truth Social. He has gone after him in interviews. More specifically, recently, he's gone after him for reforms of entitlement programs. That has come up, and he's gone after some of DeSantis's previous stances as a member of Congress. So he has gone after him on that front. It'll be interesting to see who else is on his mind within the Republican Party at this speech this week.
And we haven't heard DeSantis turn the tables and go after Trump yet. So it's very interesting as this heats up. We'll see if that changes. Sarah, great to hear from you, joining us from Washington today.
Thank you.